Welcome back inside Wise Pies Arena on the Lobo Basketball postgame show. New Mexico, a winner 83-43 over Arkansas Pine Bluff. It's time for the Delta Dental Coach's Comments, brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. We welcome in Lobo head coach Craig Neal. Coach Neal, thanks for dropping in courtside. And I'm going to start right out of the gate. The 16-0 beginning of the game with 4 new starters. What were your thoughts on that?
That was good. I just think that we ran into a team that's been on a long road trip. They played some tough games, and we just kind of jumped on them early. But I thought those guys that started the game did exactly what I asked them to do and played the way we wanted to play, and they did some nice things. So we were able to get off to a good start. I thought they were really solid defensively. You know, they were in the right positions. They did the right things, and I was happy for them.
And one of the guys that stood out was Dane Kuiper.
Right.
14 points, 5-9 from the field, and he shot it. And it seemed like he was just in the flow, Coach. I mean, he caught it and took his shots. And you talked about in pregame him not just being that fit-in guy, but a standout guy.
Yeah, I just – you know how it is, Hunter, and I had to watch it last year that he just kind of fit in, didn't really – he's a heck of a competitor. But he just doesn't want, you know, he thinks he's supposed to bide his time. And, you know, it's like the brother-in-law when you and I would play in a rec league. We didn't want to hurt each other and we're, hey, you do, you know, it's like that deal. But he's a great competitor, but I just wanted him to be who he was. I just wanted him to come out of his shell, but he had that bout of sickness. He was playing exceptionally well. I started him 2 exhibition games, and he got sick. And then he kind of went back where he was not healthy. Then he just kind of, and I just said, you know what, it's time. And he just can do so many things, Hunter. He can make jump shots. He stretches the floor. He can put it on the floor. He can make passes. He can guard. So he gives you a dimension that's really good to have out there, especially if he's another guard.
How was the execution of the offense early on? Because it looked like there was a concerted effort to get the ball inside to Tim Williams, and you got him going right away.
Well, I think the biggest thing and the hardest thing you do is you come in and play a team that's playing 40 minutes of zone. And, you know, you can slow it down and try to run 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different zone sets, and I just wanted them to play. I was just saying, hey, just play, get the ball inside, flash, you know, play regular, get in gaps, dribble the gaps. But I thought Jalen Harris did an outstanding job. I thought he pushed the pace. He did some things. He missed some shots that he usually would make. But I thought he did some nice things. We just played with Tim. We played Tim early. And he's, you know, I didn't play him a lot at the end. I think he had 19 points in 20 minutes. So he was very efficient. I think we came out of the half and got him a layup. So, I mean, we did the things that we wanted to do. I thought out of timeouts we were better. A couple times we didn't do what we wanted to do, but I thought it was better.
When you talked about Jalen Harris, the play of Jalen Harris, I thought he played exceptional. With the team having 22 turnovers, he didn't have 1.
Right.
And as your point guard, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and you want that pace, you want that energy, and you want that
push it.
Yeah, you want a guy that's trying to keep pressure on the other team, and if they don't, then we set it up. But I mean, we always got to keep pressure on the opposing team, and I thought he did a really good job. I thought he was excellent defensively. I thought our guys were really careless with the ball in the first half. I thought they made some, you know, when you get up 16-0, guys think they can hit home runs instead of just keep hitting singles.
Well, it seemed like you get a lot of those were just unforced turnovers where guys were trying to fit it in the gaps against that zone, and it wasn't there.
Just swing it. Just swing it one more time, get some more spacing. You know, they're trying to do what we ask them to do, but it's got to be moved. It can't stick. You know, the ball can't stick on one side. The more you move it, the quicker you move it, the more they have to move. So I was really happy that, you know, we addressed it at halftime. We came out with 6, and we had 2 for the longest time, and then we had some 4 in that one stretch. But, you know, all in all, I thought they were a little bit better. But I think we had 18 assists on 20 baskets. Yeah. I think is that right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty efficient for us. And you know, I was happy about that.
That's sufficient for anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that shows improvement, and that's what, you know, I wanted to see some improvement. I thought that was excellent.
What about 92.5% from the line, 37 of 40? Wow.
Well, I think I talked about it a lot, and we shoot a lot. But I mean, I really talked to him about today at shoot around. I just said, guys, there's no reason why we should miss free throws. And I'm not saying you're going to make them all, but I'm like, some of you guys have missed 2 front ends. That's 4 points for you. You guys, you know, you're thinking about how many points you got and all that. I go, well, if you miss 2 front ends, that's 4. I go, and then, so I started showing them. I was like, you're giving away free points.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we take, you know, I know people, they don't really like that I talk about the foul line. Well, we're right in the top 5 in the country in the foul line. And why wouldn't we talk about the foul line or try to teach our team to go? It's the only shot in basketball that you're not guarded. So, you know, that's been a big proponent for us for this year and a little bit of last year, the foul line, because it's a free shot year. And it'll continue to be that because with the new rules, you should be able to get in a bonus early. And then the way we shoot them, if we can continue to shoot them about 75, we're going to be very productive. But, you know, we want to make more than the other team shoots, and we were able to do that tonight by a big number.
Wanted to ask about one of the 4 starters that you asked to sit down today to start the game. Sam Logwood came off the bench and gave you 5 points and 6 rebounds in 19 minutes. 3 of those rebounds offensive. What about his play?
Yeah, you're a little bit nice, Robert. I don't think I asked them to sit down.
Right.
I think I set them down.
Told them to sit down. You bet.
So that was my decision, and I thought he was good. He's still got to give us something offensively from the perimeter, but he plays hard and he does things. But you know, I'm gonna stick to the standards that I've set, and I haven't done that, and that's my fault. And I'm gonna try to correct it.
This is a big trip coming up. I know you guys are leaving tomorrow, and a renewal of an old rivalry with an old friend and rival, the Arizona Wildcats. You go to the McHale Center on Tuesday, and you're going to leave on Sunday to get them out there and get them acclimated.
Yeah, because we got a bus.
Yep.
So we're going to take them out tomorrow and get ready. But they're tough. They play 7 guys. They've lost a couple of their better players to injury, and one out. We don't know why he's out. Parker Cartwright's out because of a high ankle sprain, and then one of their other guards is out. But they play 7 guys. They're good. They just beat A&M in Houston. So it'll be a tough test. But, you know, we're getting ready for conference season. So couldn't happen at a better time. And, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate that Sean was willing to do a home and home. And not a lot of people do that. I'm glad we got UTEP back on the schedule. So, you know, we're making strides there. But it'll be a very tough test for us, but I think the guys will be excited.
How's Damian Jefferson doing? A little nicked up in practice this week?
He turned his ankle on Thursday, so he tried to practice yesterday. Just couldn't do it. Tried to do shoot around today, just couldn't do it. So we're going to kind of just watch that.
And
excuse me.
With the changes that you made tonight, switching the starting lineup, 4 new guys in the starting lineup along with Tim Williams tonight, what do you think it'll look like moving forward, first of all, coming Tuesday against Arizona?
Well, I think it'll be just how we practice. And, you know, I can see no changes on Tuesday. So, I mean, we'll see how we practice on Monday. But, you know, and I'm going to break down the film and see if guys did what I asked them to do. And I don't want to go on a soapbox. Hunter likes when I go on these things. But there's one thing about offense and defense. And Hunter was a hell of a defender. Offense, people think you're selfish if you take a bad shot, you take an unexpected shot, you dribble too much, you don't make the right pass. Sometimes that's not selfish. Sometimes you're just not able to do that. Defensively, when you don't guard and when you don't give effort and you don't try to help a teammate out, that's selfish. And that I'm not going to stand for that. And the program's never stood for that. Our standards aren't that. But I think we have to get back to being unselfish defensively, and we have to be really unselfish offensively. Offensively, sometimes guys just don't see it. Right. So they don't. It's just in their nature. It's not a selfish act. Or sometimes guys just dribble it and they don't see a guy that's open. That happens. That happens more offensively. But defensively, when you're trying to stop people and one guy or 2 guys is not doing what the other 3 guys are doing, that's selfishness. That's not doing what your other teammates need for you to do, and that's all about effort. And we're going to continue to see what we find it, because if you look at our team, we got 10 returners back. And you guys been with us all last year. Our last 7 games, we got that same 10 group, 10 guys that are coming back. They're still giving up 77 a game. Well, sometimes somebody's going to have to put their foot down. And hopefully I got the message across, and we'll see what happens. But I'm not going to sit there and watch it anymore. And, you know, it's like I said in the press conference, you know, it's my fault. It's my responsibility, and I'm going to try to do the best I can to get it right.
To that end, on the defensive effort, I know that you probably the 5 threes you gave up in the second half, it was already well, beyond decided at
But
that
that doesn't
point.
matter because here's what's happened. Houston Baptist, okay? Houston Baptist, Idaho State, Abilene Christian. It doesn't matter if you're up 20.
That's right.
It doesn't matter
right.
if you're up 25. It still counts on your stats. It still counts up.
Well, it carries over to the
it carries over.
game.
It carries over to the next game. But I'm just like, okay, so you give up 21 points in 8 minutes to Abilene Christian or whatever it was. That's not right.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you want to look at your stats and then go, we're giving 40% shooting from 3, and you're giving 77 points. Well, if you had just done what you're supposed to do in those 3 games, or even the Dayton game, and get a stop, then, I mean, Illinois State, we played without Tim Williams. We had chances. All we had to do is get stops. But you can't make habits, and we got to break those habits.
Yeah, and we talked about that on the air, just the attention to detail on certain things.
I mean, especially it doesn't matter if you're up. It's like tonight. It's like I just wanted to see if they were going to keep doing what they're supposed to do and not. And yeah, I was upset that we gave 5 because, okay, we shouldn't give 5. It doesn't matter what the score is, and they got to understand that because that's what we did in Idaho State. That's what we did in Houston Baptist. That's what we did in Abilene Christian.
I was going to ask, was it better in the first half when they went 1 for 9? Hunter and I commented a couple of times how we got closeouts with the high hand.
Here's
like
the difference, and Hunter knows this because he played at a high level. And Robert, you've watched enough basketball. We're giving way too much space, and when you give way too much space to any Division I player, they're going to make a shot. Yeah. So we have to be there with urgency. We have to be there when on the catch. We have to be there. And I thought the first half was really, really good. I thought it was much better than we've been in the games past.
You're going to get in a couple of practices before the game on Tuesday. You said you're traveling. You'll be able to get them on the court. What would you like to see between now and then in preparation for Arizona?
Well, tomorrow we'll bring them in, and then we're gonna bring them in, do personnel, go through some things, do some walkthrough, shoot some free throws, stretch them out. Then we'll get them. Then we'll go down tomorrow. Then we'll get them into McHale Center tomorrow. Maybe walk through some more stuff. We'll have a really good practice on Monday and get ready for the game on Tuesday.
Excellent. Coach,
appreciate it, guys.
Thank you so much.
It'll be fun. Thanks.
Lobo head coach Craig Neal, the Delta Dental coach's comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexicans are covered by Delta Dental plans. For more info, log on to deltadentalnm.com. Back on the Lobo basketball postgame show after this. Lobos win at 83-43. Lobo basketball from Learfield.